Fame and Friends by Billy McBride. 1 Copyright 2013. By William McBride. ISBN 978 1-300-78166-0. 2. Prologue. How to Build and Fly a Temple by Elaine McBride. There was a Merkaba. The neighbors were involved. What happened to both? There will always be trash and a need to clean. Charades. Inspection. S. Davids. King of the Kingdom's Hell. Holy Temple, Clean Palace and Sacred Home. 3. Rearranging a scene gracefully to music with self-respect. Growing demonization by being mesmerized by arranging while moving around in a dance. Hot and cold temperatures and rippernesses. Feng Shui. The apartment will look magical to others when all has been arranged as a whole, which was changed a little everywhere. Swaying dancing. Using your whole body to dance during arranging. Magic Nut X 3 ball under like shuffling. Or a card deck shuffling objects. Praying combinations. Arrange and dance to the right song with the right tempo. My appearance, handsomeness matters. Show off to parents and family your moves. Henry X Day. Make your moves above all surprising with grace, and for sometimes speed is necessary to surprise. Throw things if you must just right. Odysseus. Step synchronize your grabs and motions to motifs in the music. Balance equals no accidents. Don't forget to tell your kids that you love them. Pray 2. Robotic movements 2. Slide an object quickly into its appropriate slot to fit it with perfection. Remember destroying the concentration camps. Remember Yeatso Cavard, the graceful crane machine. The 100 are watching. This is best. The dancer and arranger. Perhaps it is only a spacecraft true when the room is finished. When the temple and palace are restored. 5. Advanced sophisticated combination lock, unlocking with the things and objects in the control panel. Everything has to be done kosher, just right. Everything is in order. Balance and improvise just as in your music. No mistakes. Pictures afterwards of the completed control panels. Remember Amy and the cards at the old apartment as a guest. A guest sink. Chinese soldiers marching in unison. A band leader or conductor marching and waving his baton. JROTC squad. Hot and cold. The medicines of good objects beside bad objects. It's a completed stay friends operation. Freedom from mom and dad to play 6 Cirque du Soleil. Build ships 2. You sunk my battleship. Mac Giver's deadline to disable the bomb. Tossing objects behind my back and catching them perfectly. Pitching without looking. Mr. Bucket and his unpredictable changing of directions. Working through the pain. Incomplete panel. Pictures anyway. How to build and fly a temple. How long can the amazing arranging and dance go on? How long can it last? What is the limit? Taking off breaks. Take apart. Pictures of each stage of development. Anatomy of a slick move. 7. Avoiding stagnation by freshness and rightness and earliness. Slow and quick graceful hula dancing movements. The composing of hot and cold juxtapositions needs to be made as quickly as the brain thinks. Rituals and meaningful things. Deeds. Acts. A painting of a control panel, or photograph arranging with a figure. The blurs will indicate motions and movements. A painting of different perspectives and close-ups of the control panel. Even the stages. Like Lego instructions. Like time-lapse photography. Of how it is built. Handsomeness. Looking great. Jacob Vickian explanations. Photographs. Before. During. After. Needed ingredients. Tables or ledge counters. Objects. Music. Earphones. Camera. Light. Time. Painlessness. Pen and paper. Optional. Daytime. Or nighttime if quiet. Handsomeness. Hula dancingness. Speed and magician moves. Imagination. Creativity. Hot and cold understandings of aesthetics. These are the ingredients to make the Stay 8 Friends medicine and control panel. Finis 9 Fame by Valerie McBride. People are not talking like you think, Billy. They are quoting. Always quoting from their own differing final vocabularies. Or so are we the only talkers. Benavuva my pain is the object of my criticism. Benavuva 1. Pain Gad 2. Humiliation Levi 3. Lost Merkaba Judah 4. Hesitation Zebulun 5. Forgetfulness Simeon 10-6. Babbling Reuben 7. Sleepiness Gad 8. Confusion Issachar 9. Need Benjamin 10. Lost Realme Naphtali 11. Anger Asher 12. Joseph. Marian. We want to help people get off illegal drugs. We want to help people read. We want to help raise the sparks of the community to their original position. We want to help others be nice. We want to help stop humiliation and pain, which are both cruel in the world. We want to help people to learn the good. We want to help people become more inclusive of all kinds of people. Ora Tiferet revise Schizophrenia and Angels. Ora Tiferet 11 revise the band. A play. Kathleen, I read aloud all of the time. Benaviva, I believed that strange things happened to me. Those are my beliefs. Benaviva, I thought the reaction would be tolerant. Or at least I thought my listeners were tougher. Benaviva, we are here. You're safe. We want to help the victims of schizophrenia better. We also want to help the victims of cancer, AIDS, and rape. Ora Tiferet, our wedding anniversary was Odysseus Day. Honey, they liked what I said about so much, but the Jesus issue hurt them. Benaviva, play and fame, and love and comfort. Honey, 12 agape. Ora Tiferet revise. Chist. Ora Tiferet Richard on Heidegger. Fame. Ora Tiferet fame is like golf. Kathleen, revise the band poetically. Kathleen, our wedding anniversary is also on Libby's birthday. Kathleen, they think that I am good and bad. Benaviva, they will set me up to teach when I am known. Benaviva, what about Shakespeare and his unknown public life? Benaviva, the Jesus question gives them 2 more anxieties. Benaviva 13 agape and play, and Hamletian reciting. Benaviva Richard Rorty and grasping the bull between the horns. Benaviva agape and grey curtained piano and the teaching of reading with play. Benaviva trust. Grouchy, the trust of others who are seeing you play. Grouchy, how can they learn to trust me again? They fear that they might become insane. Benaviva, they fear madness. Benaviva, how does my play work with their own fear of going mad? Benaviva, they believe that if they go mad that they will become antichrists. Benaviva 14, no end time and no messy communities. Benaviva, the closer they actually are to madness, the more aggressively defensive they become. Benaviva, I honestly thought that I could make friends by telling my story. Benaviva, I told my mom over Skype, and others in the neighborhood heard because my window was open. Benaviva, it doesn't seem to me the use of the law and justice that the pursuit of law and justice is about revenge. Benaviva, they think that by trying to ruin my life that they will fend off their own fear of going mad, which they blame me for. Benaviva, I told my story of how Jesus Christ has a weird sense of humor. Benaviva ruin. Ariel 15, they just are repulsed by hearing about what schizophrenia is like. Ariel, how does one play and also have a diagnosis of schizophrenia at the same time? Benaviva, harassment is bad. Benaviva, understanding and compassion are good. Benaviva, trust in the covenant, that the community will prosper. Benaviva, just be honest. Kathleen, I never mean to harm anybody by what I say. I just want to offer a new perspective on life's experiences. Benaviva, inclusion. Ariel, it's just a difference of opinion. Ariel 16, education teaches you not to be anxiety-ridden. Ria, I was upset and I felt my cries were not being heard by anybody, so I told my own story about Jesus Christ. Benaviva, I expect them to behave the way that they do. Benaviva, a striped band around a shirt which is colored different colors depending upon which colors the wearer velcros on. Schnoona, we will all be friends one day. Things are improving around here. Schnoona, I never did, nor do anything out of spite. Benaviva, I stopped reciting aloud when I thought that I was being offensive to anyone. Benaviva, Asher is a brittle maple leaf. Yaffa 17 ODYS. Kathleen Amenera, not the flag of Israel was seen. Kathleen and S. Kathleen, the afterlife for Satan. Adolf Hitler, Mike McBride, and David McBride is the heaven of gold mold. Ora Tiferet clay sculptures. Isaac and Ishmael. Ora Tiferet, a poet and not a philosopher. Ora Tiferet, my upset disappointment built up and I pitched Mammoth, the stuffed koala bear, at the representation of Satan and knocked him off the ledge and out of the heaven of gold mold. Ora Tiferet, wife wing and our anniversary on Libby's birthday and Mother's Day. Kathleen, a little clay man under the observatory mic and video 18 camera with the box on top as the telescope of the stand. Kathleen, I sang one night within the Merkaba. Benaviva, I turned out the lights to move some things around on Pimenenko night. To see. I used the flashlight, holding it in my mouth with my teeth. Winslow Homer, this was the night after the observatory night. Benaviva, magic. Alchemies. Sophistries. Benaviva, Winslow Homer as a kind of magician. Benaviva, new graffitied words as divine names. Fragments. Grouchy, both of those things were said to my mom. One was said jokingly, and the other was about a nightmare I had 4 years ago. Benaviva, the band. Of a solitary thou. A play. Valerie 19. For the play, I am Jesus Christ talking in Billy's voice. Benaviva, what's the band's pitch? Donna, I was under a towel. Benaviva, well, I can hardly blame them for being shocked by learning. Benaviva, I have no need to battle anyone. We will all be buried the same one day in the common dust. Benaviva, Mamak died. The falcon got him. Yaffa, he spent half his life in a death camp. Frick, but actors and actresses. Frick, but walking around in a Merkaba. Possessed in my movements by a higher spirit. It feels warm and electric. Benaviva 20, it's okay to admit it when you're wrong. Elaine, Christ as my future self. In the play, Benaviva, buy a book. The band one fears more the anger than the punishment. Grouchy, role changing. Grouchy, fear and play. Grouchy, if a spacecraft does not look alien, then it probably is not. Grouchy, Hilo is an angelic court. Grouchy, my neighbors smoke pot and cuss. Benaviva, the apartments we live in has been sold. Benaviva 21, it's time to tape my neighbors. They have been harassing me. Benaviva, why did I come to Hilo? Benaviva, I am leaving Hilo better off. Benaviva, harassment is illegal. Benaviva, I have been patient with the harassers. Benaviva, my neighbor was warned when I called the police. And the lady cop asked me to tape her the next time. Benaviva, it is anti-Semitism which my neighbors are harassing me with. Benaviva, if all was right, the neighbors could help us to sell our books since they interest the visitors in them. Benaviva, buy a book 22. Benaviva, Finis 23, I don't like your voice anymore by Billy McBride. Their own breath moves people around. Yaffa, the phrenology of voice. Yaffa, angels are eternal beings. Yaffa, the direction of this film and the film are boring me now a little. Benaviva, my boredom is carrots in a kitchen. Benaviva 24, I believe in God. Benaviva, my anger is a motorcycle. Benaviva, everything is in order. Amy Solston. Amy, don't forget who he asked. Amy, I wish it was in Greek. Amy, William Hazlitt. Amy, he's not a tourist though. Amy, they are trying it on him. Amy, original sin. Amy 25, original sin is the dirt beneath the earth. Frick, but a billion outside's perfume is a mix of pineapple, bubblegum, and hibiscus. Frick, but what if they are a different set of people each day? Frick, but relationships are best with a sense of the whole. Frick, but my dream is a shallow pool. Benaviva, my pain is the crusty mud. Benaviva, my dream is a terrible storm. Benaviva, everybody's helping. So tell how. Elaine, Paul is helping by doing something specific. What? Elaine, maybe their names have something to do with the way they 26 help. Elaine, there are lots of Pauls, and help is more about hope than knowing. Elaine, always a saving remnant of readers. Elaine, the ending of Moby Dick is the morning dawn. Elaine, loss with gain. Yaffa, there is domestic stuff to do and be educated by. Yaffa, halitosis is a jagged rock. Yaffa, my nightmare is an unfamiliar landscape. Benaviva, my nightmare is a cold wind all day and night. Benaviva, yesterday's explanation might not work for today's. Ariel 27, I want to go to MOAT. Ariel, object, desire, choice and hope. Benaviva, we should give reasons for doing MOAT. Benaviva, a reunion is a grassy yard. Teresa, my forgetfulness is a thawing chunk of ice. Benaviva, MOAT as Olivia from 12th Night. Benaviva, we want MOAT. Benaviva, my lost heaven is a rose. Benaviva, my lost heaven is a long shelf in a library. Benaviva, we are neighbors who pretend not to know each other. A billion outside 28, my pain is a condom. Benaviva, my need is an underwater shell. Benaviva, my pain is a tilled field. Benaviva, they are quick. Benaviva, MOAT is whose desire. Benaviva, MOAT is money and money. Benaviva, I guess any neighbor could say that about any other neighbor. Benaviva, my humiliation is a lifeless planet. Benaviva, my humiliation is not a muddy field. Benaviva, my humiliation is an uprooted plant 29. Benaviva, my lost heaven is a cold unopened soda can. Benaviva, my pain is a changing into nothing cloud. Benaviva, Noah's Ark is a basket. Benaviva, my pain is ginger ale. Benaviva, my pain is a geologic fault. Benaviva, a billion outside believes in us. Aha. Frick, but the Lord and the Pharaoh. Frick, but MOAT is a money multiplier for victims. Frick, but Newton. Frick, but the director and the film are Chutes and Ladders and 30 Ono. Frick, but the film is Chinese checkers. Frick, but maybe we could do something like that. Donna, how do they know you're home? Donna, I had a dream they stole my head Betression script. Benaviva, Aura Teferitat is listening and does not want to be channeled yet. Yaffa, we will answer perhaps soon. Yaffa, my pain is a shattered window. Benaviva, my pain is an old hard banana peel. Benaviva, you've been going through a pre-compensation. Grouchy 31 I don't like your voice anymore is the third Tovest book in the world. Vanessa quit blaming me. You are a stronger woman than that. Vanessa Tobschbeeb is a great dancer. Or can get upset. Vanessa a fair cloud. Libby is fear natural. Number. Libby not present. Libby restoration and monotheism. Grouchy present. Grouchy my mother and father are on my side. Benaviva they're not changing. That's the problem 32. Benaviva Billy. You are just being afraid of the rain. Yaffa there was a child went forth. Walt Whitman democracy and education. John Dewey baby fish. Bertha the reggae music is a smell. Yaffa they can't see you. But God can. Yaffa neo-sophism. Richard Rorty dear one. Can you be a good substitute for honey? Benaviva rotation crop method. Soren Kierkegaard my confusion is a brick wall 33. Benaviva what do you need? Ariel warmth. Benaviva you are just upset at your 12 brothers. Ariel I am fine. Benaviva my pain is a nasty beach. Benaviva what does my voice sound like? Benaviva the sound of my voice is like a rooster's crow. Benaviva Finis 34 my emotions up front by Kathleen McBride Honey's voice is the sound of sticks crunching together. Grouchy Honey's voice is the sound of the wings of a bird flapping. Grouchy Daryl's voice is the sound of an angry wave. Grouchy I am a dry towel today. Benaviva our recitals provoke an aestheticism and attention. Benaviva 35 they're gonna backflip as usual. Grouchy my dream was like a sapphire. Benaviva honey is a thunder blast. Benaviva my need is a full moon. Benaviva my need is an avalanche. Benaviva my need is the starry heaven. Benaviva my pain is a broken clam. Benaviva my anger is a chopped log. Benaviva my anger is a sunken treasure chest. Benaviva my confusion is a blind spot. Benaviva 36 my loss of my real self is an oil puddle in a parking lot. Benaviva my need is the icy surface of the lake. Benaviva my confusion is an unwanted windy blast. Benaviva my anger is a rusty piece of junk. Benaviva my anger is a nest falling out of a tree. Benaviva it's not a bright teacher's eye. Benaviva it's not a warm bubble bath. Benaviva it's not a sip of beer. Benaviva I hate the decaying wood branches. Benaviva pop the top off a vine and you get a poisonous berry. Benaviva 37 the vine yields a poison berry. Benaviva the glorious sunrise leads to the calm lake. Benaviva substitute the verb. Benaviva the bat flies to the ice. Benaviva of all the leaves in the yard there is no marijuana leaf. Benaviva to rake all the leaves in the yard there is no daylight left. Benaviva pop the ice off the road and you have a sidewalk. Benaviva road leads to sidewalk. Benaviva what the heaven is a valley glen. Benaviva what the heaven is a river shine. Benaviva 38 we did take flight from the earth tonight. Benaviva I love the soft grassy path. Benaviva I love the night sky. Benaviva I love the still and peaceful air. Benaviva has every rock a hole. Benaviva is my walk good for my heartbeat. Benaviva what the heaven is a palm tree. Benaviva we saw the leaves of the palm tree last night. Benaviva we saw the darkness with the moonshine last night. Benaviva my pain is a broken off leaf. Benaviva 39 the waterside is the most curious place in the world. Ariel a tree is an object which has a long and thick trunk. Ariel a cloud is an object which has a long and chaotic span. Ariel a sunset is a vision which has a short and beautiful span. Ariel I don't love the beach any less. Ariel I don't love the birds chirp any less. Ariel what is the slate doing? Benaviva what is the icicle doing? Benaviva what is the granite doing? Benaviva Billy, you played in the waves every day. Ora to ferret at 40 Billy, you played beside the tree trunks every day. Ora to ferret at is any daylight my wish. Benaviva is any field my desire. Benaviva my pain is a hot sidewalk. Benaviva my dream is a balmy tropical night. Benaviva my anger is a pile of rubble. Benaviva my anger is the sky of stars and cloud. Benaviva my pain is a hot car. Benaviva my pain is a coin-operated machine. Benaviva neck pain. Ariel 41 space and time. Ariel singing fork. Yaffa big TV. Yaffa giant woods. Yaffa conquered life. Yaffa fiddle down. Yaffa amazing way. Yaffa my anger is a bare bedrock. Benaviva what are you gonna do when they're coming for Benaviva? Freud everybody knows what you are doing. Ribbit 42 You're not done yet. Ribbit the splendor of the things of the wide world, which I am accustomed to, has delighted the eyes of my readers. Ora to ferreted the difficulties are as rewarding as are the secrets which help the meanings I imaged to exist. Ora to ferreted has that which is hidden been accepted. Ora to ferreted things not found are easily elaborating on their hints. Ora to ferreted a gradual disclosure of the substance of a hint is what I am pointing to. Ora to ferreted not that bad. Libby the tempers of the mind are cloudy. Libby many winters bear no fruit. Libby 43 There is always some name of each cloud floating flying above. Libby understanding is our apparent nature. Libby the restoration of the disease began in the will. Libby there is a vindicative always to transpire. Libby day by day we all of us become indifferent to our former states of life. Libby one is giddy with the new man. Libby the odd nature of the sea dwarfs the waves. Libby each wave follows another. Libby a paradox is every path. Libby 44 We will meet on other barriers standing naturally. Grouchy a wise man knows the equation. Frick but the earth has everything good and evil in it. Frick but permit the other and wish the best of your friend. Frick but one knowledge is as bleak as two when barely clothed. Libby we are not on the sun or the moon. Be Navuva only rush into every prudence. Be Navuva a silence bursts over all. Be Navuva cause and effect flow from much. Be Navuva your actions are reckoned to deserve high thanks. Be Navuva 45 More manners, but not too much. Be Navuva women courtesy in reality. Frick but it is always possible to get lost. Penelope Finnis 46 You don't know the story by Billy McBride Our quiet and quieting vocabulary. Ariel My anger is a chain link fence along the weeds. Be Navuva My anger is a magic 8-ball. Be Navuva My anger is a glass block. Be Navuva My anger is a slug. Be Navuva 47 My anger is a pot of boiling water. Be Navuva My pain is a thin bed sheet. Be Navuva My pain is an uneaten piece of starburst. Be Navuva My anger is a cold cloudy sky. Be Navuva My anger is a fast truck. Be Navuva My anger is a bank. Be Navuva My anger is a stack of books to read. Be Navuva My anger is an ice cube. Be Navuva My anger is not a conga drum. Be Navuva My pain is a stepped on rock. Be Navuva 48 My pain is the curtains in a movie theater. Be Navuva My pain is a pinching clothespin. Be Navuva My pain is ice vapor. Be Navuva My pain is the sand on a rock. Be Navuva My need is the wind blowing a piece of fabric. Be Navuva My anger is the kickstand on a bicycle. Be Navuva quiet. Be Navuva the breeze through the trees. Be Navuva that sounds like a saying to me. Be Navuva honey is a shadow in the forest. Grouchy 49 Katie is a rainbow. Grouchy you will learn to love reading old books one day. Grouchy Whitney sings like a butterfly. Grouchy Ulysses in heaven. A theory of mountains. Grouchy quiet. Grouchy's voice is like sunlight upon the mountains. Tob Shbeeb honey is a bat. Kathleen honey is like the icy surface of the lake. Kathleen a shopping cart is a fallen pine needle. Kathleen Ariel's song is like the heavens on a cloudless day. Kathleen 50 The inventions and narrations of Polyhymnia, Urania, Talia, and of Melpomene. Kathleen's sayings can prevent a bad plot during a day in which you go out. Kathleen how much does one need to talk? Frick but it wasn't what you think. Aim a reunion. Aim a hey, why'd you say that? Aim a to sing is to shut your eyes. Aim a hey, I got an idea. Aim a I don't like your cookies anymore. Be Navuva I don't like your baklava anymore 51. Be Navuva I've been waiting all day to say that. Be Navuva oh my god, that's your favorite book. Honey shut the fuck up Shalom Alachim. Honey Richard II. Honey you always say that. Honey it wasn't supposed to happen that way. Honey you say that every night. Honey heaven or hell is not my concern. But my children are. Kathleen I've got better things to do than to spend my money on nothing. Kathleen 52 If I can forget it, you can forget it. Kathleen maybe. Be Navuva it's a distraction. Be Navuva it takes a slow man to make a man which Be Navuva I checked it out. Trust me on that. Be Navuva you've got better things to do than to waste your time. Trust me on that. Be Navuva if you say Merry Christmas one more time, you're gonna have to read Light in August by William Faulkner. Be Navuva it just slows you down. Be Navuva Billy. Please don't say happy unbirthday. Kabbalah that's all they ever talk about 53. Kabbalah so how many boyfriends do you have? Be Navuva if you don't say hallelujah right now, you're gonna win the lottery. Ariel if I didn't tell you before, you look very nice. Ariel we already won. Ariel, you overheard something which wasn't for your ears. Ariel, we already know you. Ariel, I like the way you are. Ariel, if you say Frogger one more time. Ariel, what am I supposed to do? Ariel 54, how would you handle the situation? Ariel, that's not exactly how it happened. Ariel, so what are you going to do about it? Ariel, here in Hawaii, the kids are smarter than the adults. Benavuva grouchy is like a stream at night. Benavuva great. Now everybody's drunk. Benavuva Rob goes to charades. Ariel, my brother is a tortoise shell. Benavuva John's movie is a noisy bag of aluminum cans. Benavuva Rob is a blasting breeze. Benavuva 55, my brother is a forest fire. Benavuva, my brothers are boulders on a cliff. Benavuva plot is canned. Bertha, my brother thinks. If you can't see it, you can't make a comment upon it. Benavuva, this came from that. Ariel, go to sleep. Go to sleep, Muslim water lily. Ariel, God's creations make things normal. Ariel, British media is the melting and vanishing snow. Ariel, my awkwardness is a footprint in the mud. Benavuva, I love you, my song singing wives. Benavuva 56, my humiliation is the bottom of a sunny pond. Benavuva, my anger is the street curb with overgrown grass growing over it. Benavuva, my dad is a long journey. Benavuva, my dad is a good. Benavuva, we could do that. It might be nice. Ora to ferreted, we could make a long journey. Yaffa, I love you, my dad. Benavuva, God's creations make life normal. Ariel, I wish I could meet you. Honey, Classical Talk Forum is a cold puddle 57. Honey, my need to say something is a branch. Benavuva Finis 58, epilogue by Tov Shalom McBride 59, is this a pen I see before me is a quote which is the burning bush. Midi destinations as the body are the sprinkling rain. Why am I in pain is a quote which is slate. A red herring is warm water. What do they want is a question which is a breeze. A dreidel is a dark shadow. Am I a rat in a maze is a question which is a cold beach. Who are they who are within me is a question which is a silent midnight. Who are the 100 is a question which is ice. Are there more than 100 is a question which is a sunbeam. F day was World Peace Day is a saying which is a sunny cold day. 60 the second World Peace Day was my first birthday is a saying which is the sound of a falling branch. Do the 100 angels allow the MIDI people access to what those 100 angels experience is a question which is gravel. How much power do the MIDI people have is a question which is a mighty cloud. What is schizophrenia is a question which is a starry sky. Brainwashing and mammon are vegetables and plants in a garden. Do they need a hero is a question which is a watermelon. What are the scope and range of the MIDI people's power is a question which is a storm. A red herring. False lead is a soggy breezy swamp. What day was yesterday is a question which is a tropical island. It was the 22 of February, a Friday, or 2/22 13 inches is answer which is a mild clear night. 61 who knows and what do they know about my destiny are questions which are tan puppy dogs. Renunciation is a small thin waterfall. Brainwashing 2 is a question which is a vast lagoon. Brainwashing imitators are lamps and old books. Who says what and was it me who said what I said are questions which are whirlwinds. Channeling is a tall lush tree. What is the connection between the 100 angels and Hilo spacecraft is a question which is a gorgeous afternoon. Catholicism above. Matt and Vanessa, and Marcus and Charlotte is a saying which is a long country road on a little hill. Why would anybody be paid to be an actor or actress is a question which is a snail. Flannery O'Connor is the dusk. How do I beat their system of cruelty is a question which is an overcast day. 62 a sod. Mystery is a lively ant. Whole versus part, or holism is a fragment which is warmth. In my play, Discovery and Vicoanism are a blue morning sky. You can ignore the Children of the Revolution by Richard Rorty is a quote which is snow. Anatomy is Destiny by Napoleon is a quote which is prickly grass. The night I conquered my low self-confidence and stood up to the mean neighbors by Reading be absolute for death. Night from Measure for Measure is a statement which is an advanced home. Literary or literal is a question which is a vista. A better life is your success against bullies is an understanding which is a relaxing afternoon. Who are your bullies is a question which is the water's surface. Who has access to my body is a question which is a large leaf. 63 who distracts me and why are questions which are late afternoons. How am I distracted and from what do I get distracted from are questions which are streets. A dreidel is a week. Misleading phone information is a menacing canyon. I am a poet, not a pimp is an understanding which is a pile of autumn leaves. To whom am I writing and for what justice or therapy am I writing are questions which are early nights. Why am I writing is a question which is a pebble. No end to inquiry is a saying which is a bird's chirp. Emerson's circles are crowds of men and women. Is my writing inclusive to others is a question which is a dark crag. Shamanism is a far-off field. Forcing myself to work is an icicle. The physical paradise is a stretch of sand. 64 I know you hate this, Billy. Think of it as an investment is a quote which is a forest. Persuasion by means of rhetoric is a motto which is a ripe banana. Midi destinations are branches. Walking a path is the froth of waves. Chilled Roland to the dark tower came is a line which is a late night. Finis 65.